Hey y'all, welcome to episode 42 of the Stay at Home Son podcast. And today we have a sci-fi thriller that we will be reviewing. It's called The Worm. So, a lot to unpack with this film, Thomas. It was also on subtitles because it was not in English. So, it's definitely a very interesting film, and I appreciate him giving us the opportunity to review it. So, Thomas, you want to start with some initial thoughts?
So I guess I'll just start with a basic rundown of it. So, in the Cold War era, aliens come down to Russia basically, and this unlikely alliance of the United States and Russia took them down. So then we fast forward to 2033 Russia, where a now retired, I guess if you want to call him a bounty hunter, like an alien hunter, whatever you want to call him, gets a package from a college student that releases a an alien parasite, and the alien's kind of like released again. And honestly, I'm not really big on sci-fi, but I will point out a couple things that I really like. The first scene I really liked was right before the police came inside the house. He's holding an axe, and I think that's like my favorite scene in the movie just because it makes him look so badass.
Yeah, it does look pretty badass. I agree with that. I think that the movie had some really cool shots. One thing I kind of had a problem with, it was kind of dimly lit, a lot of scenes, and I know that a lot of filmmakers kind of like to do that to kind of put like dread and kind of like unknown. And I thought that was cool, but also I felt like it might have been just a little bit overdone because sometimes it was kind of hard to really see what was going on. That's just kind of a personal preference, though. I kind of like films that have a little more, lit, a little more vibrant, a little more lighting. But a lot of the scenes didn't have that. And I think maybe if I could actually speak the language that it was in, I would have been able to kind of go by what I was hearing, so it wouldn't have mattered as much. But when I'm already like not being able to hear what they're really saying because I can't speak the language, and I'm getting my sensory turned off with my sight, it kind of makes some of those scenes a little hard to watch just for an English viewer. But if I could speak the native language, then I probably would be able to do that. But I would say the concept's so sick. I mean, America and Russia coming together to fight aliens, like that's like crazy cool.
Yes, definitely. I was an enjoyer of that concept, and it was the Confederate States of America.
Yes, are we applying here that the Confederates won?
Yeah, I don't know.
So I guess in this world the Confederates won and took over America, and then the Cold War still happened, and then the aliens became a thing, and then Confederate States of America and the Russia, instead of fighting during the Cold War, teamed up to. That's a crazy statement. I'll tell you what, this film kind of runs in that 28-minute range, which is kind of a hard spot for festivals as well as like if it's a short, because sometimes people don't consider a short 28 minutes, and they also don't consider a feature 28 minutes. So it kind of sits in no man's land. I think this works really good as like a proof of like what you can do, and I would really try to make this a feature if you can. Or I would honestly, I mean, you have such a cool story here. You should maybe write a book about this and try to make that a book concept and like get it self-published on Amazon or something like that, and then try to get funding for it that way. Because I think there's just so much to unpack that in a short film it kind of makes it hard just because you're trying to get so much cool concepts down in such a short amount of time. That's why it kind of went over the short film runtime to like 28 minutes. And then I think a feature, the budget that you would need is pretty big because it's sci-fi. Anything with sci-fi is big budget. Even though thanks to AI and new ways of doing CGI, it's really bringing down that budget, but still at a whole anything sci-fi costs a lot of money to produce. So I would really recommend on trying to double down on the story however you can, because the story is really what sells it. Use this as kind of like a proof of what you can do for the story, but I wouldn't say this should be the finished project on the story at all. I think you should keep working on that because I think that's such a cool story and I really think that you could do a lot with it. So maybe write a book and then try to get funding for a feature. But I would use this more as an example of what you could do with the whole storyline. But I wouldn't just make this the final for the story because I just think there's so many other cool things you could do with it.
Yeah, maybe some like subtitles under, because like we had to use the Google Translate subtitles. Like I remember we reviewed another foreign film, and I think they had like actual subtitles, and that made it easier.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, if you're trying to get subtitles done, this is what I do my subtitles for. I'm gonna have it done for our documentary that we're doing soon, and also for my for our first feature film we did, Payne's Branch. Rev.com is really good for subtitles. It's not too expensive either on a 28 minute film. You'll probably only have to pay maybe 40 bucks. I mean, for my feature film, I got premium captions, and I think I paid maybe 112 bucks for everything. But on a short film, it won't cost barely anything. So. I would definitely try to get your captions done on rev.com. They give you a nice SRT file right back. That's definitely the best place for captions because Google Translate captions sometimes are a little off, so there might be certain things I'm going to say. But yeah, no, I think the film's really cool. I like the acting. I thought the acting was really solid. I just wish it was a little more lit because sometimes those dimly lit scenes make it a little hard to follow.
Yeah, and I think also another scene I wanted to I'm gonna say first, I have to agree with you there. I thought it was very dimly lit too. So you're not crazy there.
Yeah.
But I wanted to point out the ending scene where basically like the guy's like already like I guess becoming an alien, so he just leaves them to die. I kind of like that scene too because it kind of reminds me of Aliens, where like the alien just pops like right through.
Yeah, yeah, it was creepy, man. I mean, the concept's so cool, and honestly, the effects they did, I would love to know if they were practical or CGI, because I could kind of tell they might have looked practical at some points, and then other times I look like they might be CGI. So I would love to have them on the show and talk about that, because I think you have whoever did your CGI or your effects had a lot of talent, because I'm sure they didn't have the biggest budget in the world. And I always say, I will always applaud anyone who did a sci-fi film on a low budget, because that takes a lot of skill and that takes a lot of ingenuity, because I mean, there's just things on sci-fi that you have to spend good money on, like to get those effects to make it look realistic. So, however they did that, man, you got a lot of talented people working with you on that team. So I would definitely keep them up to date in your little filmmaking circle as you grow for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I overall, what did you think overall? I mean, I kind of like the movie, but like you said, like I have to agree with you. That was just kind of understand hard to understand because of the language barrier.
Yeah, and I would say, unlike you, Thomas, because I know you're not the biggest fan of sci-fi, I think I have a love-hate thing with sci-fi because I've watched some sci-fi that I like really, really like. So I kind of wouldn't say I don't like Star Wars that much or like Star Trek, but like I like Leave the World Behind and I like The Quiet Place and stuff like that's pretty cool. Like almost like those like end of the world kind of sci-fi stuff is pretty cool. Some of those movies are really cool. They really move me. So I definitely say I can look at it with more of a fan of the genre lens because I think I have some credit in that area. But I would say I really liked the concept, but when I was watching the film, I just kept thinking to myself, man, this is like so much could be done here. I hope he doesn't just say this is the final product because I just think not saying the final product is bad because I think you still made an enjoyable film. I just think there's so many other ways you could branch out with this concept, and I just hope that you keep doing that. I hope this isn't just like, okay, yeah, this is it. Let's put it up on the shelf and move on because I think there's a lot left to be tapped into. But I would say it was a cool film, enjoyable film, and like I said, I always applaud any lower budget sci-fi directors because that takes a lot of skill and a lot of hard sacrificing because you can't have it everything you want in those sci-fi films. So if you can do it on a low budget, man, that's really hard to do.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said before, he definitely knows how to use props effectively and make badass characters. So I'll give him props for that.
Yeah, man, keep it at. I would say, dude, I would tell you stay right in this genre. I mean, you definitely got what you need for the sci-fi genre. Just maybe have it a little more lit next time because it's kind of hard to follow those scenes. It's a big in horror too. I watch a lot of horror movies and it's just like dimly lit the whole time, and it's like I get it that's scary sometimes because you're like, oh, where's the guy gonna pop out? Like if you use it right, it's very scary. But sometimes it just makes it look like you're watching a black screen. So definitely try to lighten that up a little bit. But other than that, dude, you have a great film here, and I really wishing you all the best moving forward.
That might have been a stylistic choice though, because like Russia, it gets very dark just because it's always cold.
Yeah, that's true. It could have been. It could have been a style. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it was mainly. I mean, yeah, Russia has sun sometimes though.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, it's kind of like Alaska, how it stays dark like all the time. I don't know. I would not want to live in Russia. That's for sure. That's the conclusion I made from this film. I do not want to live in Russia.
Yeah, because otherwise aliens will eat you alive.
No, it's okay. The Confederate States of America are gonna come save us.
Mhm.
All right, well, yeah, all in all, The Worm, I will put the link in for the description below. Really cool film, really cool concept. I hope you branch out with that concept like we've been saying. And Thomas, you want to wrap it up?
And remember, stay at home.